Good afternoon, everyone. This is Henry, and as we get into tonight's video newsletter, I wanted to go over the chart of Bitcoin with you. Given that the quarter is set to come to an end on Monday, I thought it might be a good time to give you an idea that I think could last for a quarter, which is to say essentially from October 1st into the end of the year. That is the timeline that I have, or the horizon for this trade idea. And I hope that gives some context to current prices. That is to say, I am bullish on Bitcoin. I'll show you a few reasons why I'm looking for the breakout, but that doesn't mean that over the course of the next few sessions, you couldn't come back a pretty significant deal. Now, of course, I do not want to be getting back below these previous swing lows, but everything back down into this area, I'm going to be looking at for buying opportunities, and it may be a spot where even buying a little bit of strength will be okay. Again, give yourself that longer duration, but make note of a couple of things here. The first of which is that the Fed has begun the easing cycle, right? That is not the environment that we've been in for some time now. And now that the Fed has shifted this, one of the first places I think that, should start to see that is here in the crypto markets. So you've got that going for it. And then you've got a couple of technical things. So if we're just using the continuous micro futures contract here, we can see that from swing high down into swing low, we have started to clear the 618 retracement. So from a Fibonacci proportion way of looking at things, above the 618 retracement opens up the door to four targets. The first of which will be the old swing high, then the 1272, the 1414 extension, and then the 1618. So I think those are absolutely viable. Again, if not into the end of the year, maybe it takes into the beginning of 2025. But I think those are good signals when you relate them to what you have here on the 3-day or the weekly chart. I like both of these time frames. The larger here with the weekly shows you that with today's close, you have two bars of shifting momentum. And that is one thing to understand here about the squeeze histogram, because we like to use the squeeze as a heads up for directional movement. We like to trade it in the direction of the histogram. So from here, upper left, lower right, could have you thinking in bearish favor. But the better way to use it is to acknowledge the trend that it is occurring in, right? So from back down into here, this is all very bullish. This is consolidating that advance. When the momentum of the squeeze begins to shift in the direction of the overall trend, you're getting a little bit closer to that breakout. So one final piece that I think you may find interesting here is the seasonal tendency for Bitcoin. So I've been looking at this on 3 time frames essentially, the largest of which they offer is a 14-year look back. So do you see how, again, as we get into October, that little spike right there shows you that October, or that begins what is generally one of the best months for Bitcoin. So that's a very substantial look back period. And then look at it where if you shorten that and you think, okay, that's great, big picture, but what has it been like in more recent past? Well, that more recent past is even more bullish, right? Here the trend really takes on a pretty steep angle, and you can see that it's a month that the cryptocurrency tends to shine. So I wanted to put that on your radar ahead of the new quarter. I hope you find that helpful, and we'll be keeping tabs on it into the end of the year. Y'all have a great weekend, and I hope to see you again on Monday. Hey traders, this is Henry with simplertrading.com. I wanted to thank you for watching today's video. I hope you found it helpful, and if so, be sure to click the like and subscribe buttons down below. If you would like to also see me putting these ideas into action and trading my own account live in front of you, be sure to sign up at simplertrading.com, and I hope to see you in the chat room sometime soon.